Chapter 4. Tyler leaned back in his chair, stuffed from the dinner. "Those ribs were amazing, Aaron." "And how about my coleslaw?" A look of feigned hurt filled Nancy's face. "Also amazing. My apologies. I didn't mean to offend the chef." A coy smile spread across her lips, and a twinkle sparked in her eyes. "Well, there is a way you can make it up to me." Tyler's stomach filled with lead. The reality show. He could tell from the gleam in her eyes she wanted him to audition for the reality show. "Nancy, hear me out," she blurted. "It's an easy application. We have to send in a short video of you, and then you have to fill out the profile. If you're worried, you probably won't even get chosen. They must have thousands of applicants." "So why are we even trying?" Tyler was no fan of doing things without a purpose, and especially this. He still wasn't sure he wanted to enter, and the idea of doing a video for no reason seemed silly. "Because there's a chance you could get picked," Nancy pleaded at him with her eyes. "And because it would be so amazing if you got chosen. I could say I know a celebrity. I've always wanted to do that. Please, do it for me." It appeared to mean more to Nancy than it did to him. Besides, as Nancy had stated, the chances of him being chosen were slim to none, so why not record the video to make her happy? "Okay, fine," he said, holding up his hands in surrender. "What do I need to do?" Her eyes lit up and she clasped her hands together like a kid on Christmas morning. "Yay! Thank you. It's super easy. We need you to tell a little about yourself and what kind of woman you're looking for. I'll go get my phone and we can record it on that." As Nancy dashed out of the room, Aaron turned to Tyler. "Thanks for this, man. I know it isn't really your cup of tea, but I think you might have made her year." Tyler chuckled and couldn't resist teasing his friend. "My cup of tea?" He shook his head. "You need a guy's night out. Nancy's really rubbing off on you." Aaron rolled his eyes. "It's just a phrase, but guy's night out sounds good. Let's do it soon." "Yeah, after I take care of this video. You owe me, by the way, or maybe Nancy does." Nancy returned then, her cell phone in hand. She scanned the room before pointing to the wall adorned with pictures. "Let's do it there. Give you some contrast." Tyler stood and walked over to where she was pointing. "Here?" She scrunched her face as she looked at him. "No, too busy. Can you take 2 steps to your left? Perfect. Okay, now state your name, a little about you, and what you were looking for." He waited until he saw her finger point at him, and then he began speaking. Hi, my name is Tyler Hall. I own a farm and cattle ranch here in Texas. I'm a Christ follower and looking for a woman who is the same. In addition, I need a woman okay with living in a small town, maybe one looking for a simpler life than the city can provide. I like movies and dancing and riding horses, and I guess that's it." He paused for a second, waiting for her to drop the phone. "Is that good?" "It's perfect," she said with a smile. "Now you need to do the survey." He followed her over to their small office where she had already loaded the survey questions on her computer. At least this might be interesting. He sat down in the comfy black leather chair and perused the first question. "Do you prefer blondes, brunettes, or redheads?" Tyler had no preference, but he was typically more attracted to blondes. A click next to that option moved the screen forward. Blue, green, brown, or hazel eyes. Tyler cared even less about this, and he wondered if all the questions would be about appearance. Question 3. Are you open to dating a woman outside of your race? Tyler had never thought about it, but he wasn't opposed. After a few more questions regarding a contestant's outer appearance, he finally reached the questions with more meat. Would your ideal woman enjoy the beach or the mountains more? Well, he enjoyed both, but he guessed he liked the mountains a little more. Would your ideal woman be religious? That was a tricky question. There was a big difference between being a believer and being religious. But he answered yes anyway. He certainly wanted no one opposed to religion. He took nearly an hour, but finally he finished all the questions. Then Nancy took over, uploading the video and sending it out into cyberspace. "There, all done." She turned off the computer and smiled at him. "Now we have to wait." He was no stranger to waiting, though he doubted they'd be waiting for anything but a rejection letter.